Princess Sarissa back when we last left off. We had just gotten the fire ship, or now the steam-powered ship, and we're now able to explore the world a little bit. First, going to head back though to the ancient library. That's where Sid and Mid said they were going to go. So we're going to heal up here with the healing pot, and then we'll go talk with Sid and Mid down there on the lower level. Maybe they have some idea of what we should go out and do. So, let's go talk with them a little bit. And they're just, Scar's just like, oh, we're Assistant Professor Sid, so. And apparently, Mid said something about a crescent-shaped island. Well, it's a good thing that we have our map, so we can go, look if there's a crescent-shaped island somewhere on our map. And, besides that, we also had a little bit of a lead earlier. There was that one guy who said he came from a city, Jakol, and he wanted to get back there, but he couldn't because of the wall. But now that the wall's gone, maybe we can get to the city of Jakol. So, we're going to head south here. Jakol is down this way. And then we're also going to check out our map a little bit to see if we can find that crescent-shaped island. But now that we're in the outer sea, we can actually run into random encounters. Not a lot of sea enemies, but all the ones that we do encounter will be weak to lightning. So, if you have a black mage, use a lightning spell. Pretty much take care of these guys pretty easily. So, common theme of the Final Fantasies: water creatures weak to lightning. So, here's their stats right there. So, not too much to worry about. So, there is one interesting thing though. One of the enemies though, you would think would be weak to lightning because it's a sea monster, is named a Thunder Amon, and those guys, because their name has thunder in it, they actually will absorb lightning. So the game tries to trick you, but for the most part, you meet an enemy in water, hit it with lightning. So. And here we're on the road to Jakol. There's a little cave there. We're going to come back to there later. Now, these guys are really tough. Because especially if you get them down to just one at a time here, they'll start spamming this spell Bio. And as you can see, that takes off a lot of health. So, you may actually at this point just want to run from them. So we're going to use our tent to heal ourselves up, because if we run into another one of them, battle on the way to the town, yeah, it might spell game over for RASAR and company. So we're going to hit that cave a little bit later, because there's going to be a little bit of clues in Jakol here on how to get through that cave. So got through some more bio soldiers there. Here's Jakol. So, let's talk with some of the people, get some more information here. They're apparently descendants from the ancient Ronkins. Never heard of them before. So, and apparently all the armor and stuff that they came from here came from the cave up north. And this guy's mentioned something about a crescent island too. Now we know from that guy back in Karnak that Jakol had some really good weapons, so let's go check out the weapon store in a little bit here. So, stock up on some items here, because we used up a bunch. Here we're back in the pub. Gonna find another piano to play here. Ooh, there's a bunch of, we came here before this, went to the cave, because these guys are going to give us a little bit of information on how to get through some of the cave. Not that there's a lot in the cave, actually. Like that guy said that much of the stuff sold in the shops here have come from the caves, and it's mainly been looted already. So there's not going to be a lot in that cave to go, but we're going to go there anyway just to show off some enemies and get the few treasures that we can get in there. Now back in Waltz, there was that lone wolf, the thief, And if we were to let him out, one of the treasures that we're going to be able to get in that cave would be missing. So that's another reason why you don't want to let that wolf out. So, this is our piano here. We're playing for a pretty decent amount of time there. So, just shows we're getting better at it. Talk with this person and get a little dancing going on. Boink. They're breaking the fourth wall. They're telling everyone on the other side of the screen to dance too. Nope. I don't dance. I'm princess. Nope. My daddy dances though. He does Zumba. But that would be silly to see a rat doing Zumba. So we just learned there's some traps up there, and you have to switches on the wall to open the way forward. So this girl who's running around there, she mentioned History Falls. That's going to play a bigger role in the story much later in the game. There's another guy mentioning about this Crescent Island, so it sounds like that's where we're going to go next. So. Unfortunately, most of the stuff here we already have. We already have one ninja, robe there. We'll get another one there for Galuf. We'll get some more green berets. But we equip all that stuff, so woohoo! Now we'll be ready to go, and Varus there doesn't need any more equipment. Weapon-wise, though, nothing really much here. What have they got? Oh, we got the Mage Masher. We can use that. It's a slightly better knife. It's also good. What it can do is it can occasionally cast silence on characters. So it's really good against, in addition to dealing extra damage to spellcaster type enemies, it can also potentially inflict the silence status on them. So that's good. Get rid of a bunch of stuff here, because we just spent a bunch of money. So old outdated equipment. It also frees up our inventory too, so alrighty. Sort our inventory, get it all ready. Woohoo! Alrighty. And too bad these people don't sell those ninja scrolls. We're gonna get some of them later though, so we can 500 years ago, must have been the Ronkin civilization. It was a great civilization, so we got a bunch of white magic spells here, but once again, we can't use any of them because of our class restrictions, so we can take a dip in the pool here. There's a lady that we missed. Let's go talk with her. We'll go talk with her. We can find her by going through the inn, so we can learn a little bit more clues on what we need to do. So, nothing in those pots. Yep, no hidden treasure in this town. So, hey lady, what's up? She's another lady talking about the Crescent Island. Well, once we get back to our ship, we're going to have to go check out that Crescent Island. So, have to find if we can find a crescent-shaped island on our map and go there. So, heal ourselves up because we took some more damage from those bio soldiers again. Yeah, they're really annoying. Hop out of our bed. Woohoo! Now let's head on out of town, and we can go start down up toward that the Jackhole Cave and get a little bit of treasure there. So, like I said, there's not much, and it's going to be a location we're going to visit later on in the game, so you could skip it, but we're going to do it right now anyway. So, but first, let's check out Marie here. Marie is an example of how rabbit and small animal rescue never gives up. She had a fractured spine, and doctors recommended euthanasia. But she showed no signs of pain, and research showed she could live a good life. She received physical therapy, laser treatment, and acupuncture. And we're going to learn more about her story at the end of the video. So stick around and to learn more about Marie's story and to see what RASAR and company is going to do right now. We're going to run into some new enemies, the bomb enemies. So, these guys can be annoying because if you damage them to a certain extent and then they get a turn, they'll use an ability called Exploder, and basically it deals damage based on the hit point total they have left. And so it can be pretty dangerous, so... Nope. A lot of hit points there taken off. Yep, and there he is. He used his Exploder, and as you can see, he has 440 hit points. We took off 6 hit points, so when he used Exploder, he did damage equal to the amount of hit points he had left, so... Yeah, that's why they can be annoying, so... Of course, the more damage you do, the less the Exploder does, but... So it might just be a good idea to maybe use like an ability like the Monk's Focus, so you can take him out in one hit, so they don't have a chance to use that Exploder. So here we are, we ran into some more bio soldiers, so it's a good thing we stocked up on some temps to heal ourselves up. Now we're going to head into the Jackhole Cave. Now, we're going to save here because there's a really tough enemy in here. So I guess it might be a throwback to Monty Python and the Holy Grail. So for the most part, there are only 2 type enemies we're going to meet in here. We're going to meet these really weak squirrels, the Nutkins. We've already run into them. And then we can also run into these things, the Skull Eater. And they're just like a little tiny squirrel. And you're thinking, oh, a little tiny squirrel, that can't be tough. You know, kind of like that, the bunny in Monty Python, you know. But those things are really dangerous. They can pretty much one-shot your characters. And they have incredible defense. So even though they only have 1 hit point, most of the time you're not going to be able to do any damage to them. So here's the Nutkin enemies that are around. We fought them outside the Wind Crystal, the Wind Shrine, where the Wind Crystal was way back at the beginning of this playthrough. So I just want to show them off again. Yeah, they're no problem for us at this level. So, but like I said, that Skull Eater though, it can be a problem. I'm going to have to hit this switch here to open that door. And now we just, as you can see, a lot of these treasure chests have been looted. So, now the only way we can, at this point, we can really defeat these Skull Eaters with our party is with the Ninja's Throw ability. But unfortunately, we don't have any of the Shurikens. We're going to pick one up right here, though. So that means if we run into a Skull Eater, we can take it out with 1 Shuriken, but that's about it. So we only have 1 Shuriken because we used the other ones in the Biblos fight. Got another tent there. And we have 1 more treasure to go, and this is the treasure that if we would have let that Lone Wolf the Thief out of, it would be missing. So looks like here's our little Skull Eater, and he took us a back attack, so that's not good. But yeah, look at that. He can one-shot characters, so... Look at that, even in the back row, he's one-shotting RASAR, so... luckily, Galuf gets his turn here. And we can throw that Shuriken and boom, take it out. Woohoo! And there we go. So, we're just gonna heal our characters up here. Going through a lot of potions. Woo! Good thing we stocked up back in Jackhole there. So... But that's your Skull Eater there. As you can see, they give a lot of ability points. So, I'm going to put a smoke ability on the ninja, in case we run into any more of those Skull Eaters there. What the smoke ability does, it basically guarantees you to run. If an enemy can be fled from, it's an auto flee ability. So, there's a Blitz Whip, it's a thunder-based, Thunder Elemental Whip. We can't use that at all because none of our classes can, but my Beastmaster class in the last Final Fantasy Fiesta that I did, they were able to use it, so... We climb up this wall, we just end up, like the person said, outside. So, we can do a quick save so we don't get hurt coming out of this cave. And then we're going to make our way back out of this cave and back over to our ship. So... head on out. to our ship, and then we know what we gotta do. We gotta head look for that crescent-shaped island. Luckily, back in the graveyard of ships, the ship graveyard, we ended up picking up a world map. So that's going to help us on our trek to find, or our voyage, because we're not walking, we're sailing. We're not really sailing because we're not using the wind, we're steaming. It's going to help us find that location. So if we press the Y button on our controller, that'll help bring up our map and we can see where we're going. So now, like most Final Fantasy worlds, the world wraps around itself. So we look at the map, and the Crescent Island, it's over there to the far right. To shorten our trip, instead of going right, we'll head left, and then we'll wrap around the world map, and we'll end up on the lower right side of the map anyway. So just keep steaming away. There we go. We can see the Crescent Island there a little bit easier on the lower right. And we just keep heading this way, and here we go. We finally see the Crescent Island. And we're going to enter in the little hole there. It's backward shaped from Star Tropics. Where Mr. Tumnus did his adventure. Here's the island of Crescent. Uh-oh, and there's an earthquake going on. Could it be the Earth Crystal? Uh-oh. Nope, it's something else going on. The ship! Oh no! We just got that ship. What's happening? It's sinking! Now keep in mind, watch where it sinks. It goes down there right at the tip, right between the 2 points of the crescent. Maybe there's something there. Uh-oh. Well, that stinks. We lost our boat. Boo! What are we gonna do? Well, let's just talk with the people, and maybe they can give us some clue on what we need to do. We got some people in the inn talking about some rooms. Maybe they're the Ronkin rooms. Also talking about chocobos. Black chocobos. They are wonderful birds that can only be land and forests. So, well, when we were coming to Crescent, we did see a forest on the southern part of the island. Maybe that's our clue. We should go. So, yeah, this is the one time when somebody in the role-playing game basically tells you something that you shouldn't listen to. He said the chocobos are all extinct. We're gonna have to find out for ourselves. So we stock up here on potions. So, although I shouldn't have probably restocked on there, because there's gonna be a village where we can get potions much cheaper in a little bit. So. And apparently the land here is very blessed, so maybe the Earth Crystal is around here somewhere. Maybe where that ship got sunken in. So, we'll have to find out. So, nothing new here. We already got all the stuff in Jakol. The Sage's Robe and the plumed hats. We got them back in Karnak. Weapon-wise, let's see what we got here. We got bows and harps. And no classes that we can use use any of them. And actually, no classes that you would have up to this point would be able to use them. But we're going to get 2 more classes very shortly. And those are the ones that can use those pieces of equipment. So, hey, and this kid says that there are black chocobos still around in the forest. We're going to have to go check out that forest. Yeah, we're going to get 2 more crystals. Remember a long time ago? When Karnak Castle exploded, we saw 5 crystal shards fly off into the distance. And only 3 of them landed near us, and the other 2 flew off screen. And so where are those ones at? Well, apparently they'd made their way all the way out to this island. So, wow, they really flew really far. Now that guy mentioned, that woman mentioned that stone enemies don't like gold needles. Gold needles, remember, they cure petrification. So she's given us a clue that if we run into an enemy that is made of stone, we can just throw a gold needle on them for an easy victory. And this bard, if we talk with him, he gives us a bard song. So, one of 8 bard songs. So, bards use harps, and that's one of the classes that we're going to find in one of these crystals that we're going to get. And the other class is the ranger. They're basically an archer, and that's why there's bows available here. So let's head on down into the forest, see if we can find that black chocobo. Hey, there's one right there. And remember, RASAR, he's good with chocobos because he has Boko. So RASAR's going to take it upon himself to catch this chocobo. It can be a little tough because he runs, as you can see, he runs around really fast. But if he gets himself trapped in a corner, you can just keep tapping the A button as you're trying to find him, and eventually you'll catch him. Woohoo! And let's see if this guy can fly. Giddy up, chocobo. Hey, he's flying! And now he's crashing. Boink! Uh-oh. Oh, man. How are we going to get off this island? Well, Faris to the rescue. I guess she's also good with animals. Remember, she had Sildra. She was raised with Sildra. And this is why the chocobo couldn't fly, because he tried to eat the crystals. And they were weighing him down. So here's our final 2 fire crystal jobs. Like I said, we get the bard and the ranger. So, bards sing song to buff your allies. Rangers basically use bow and arrows to attack from the back row, and they can also summon animal friends from the forest and help them out. So, now if the chocobo has spit up those 2 crystal shards, he can now fly. So I just did a quick save there off screen, and now I'm gonna go do a little bit of flying around here. So unlike the Hiryu, this black chocobo can actually fly over the mountains. However, like the Hiryu, it has limitations. In this case, like that woman said, the black chocobo could only land in forests, similar to how the Hiryu could only land on the land. So there's a village there, Licks. We want to go right into that one a little bit. But before we go there, I'm going to show something off here real quick. Just checking my map to find out where it is. If we head down a little bit here. Yeah, here we go. Remember we saw where X-Death was sealed? Where that evil sorcerer was sealed? Yeah, there was those 4 crystals there. Now there's only 1 because the 3rd crystal broke. So, and here we are in the village of Licks. And we're going to learn that this is RASAR's hometown. So there's going to be a few benefits to this place. This is why I said maybe I shouldn't have filled up on potions in back in Crescent there. This guy, the only spell he sells is Asuna. That's that spell that we got in Karnak Castle. So if you missed it there, you didn't have enough time, you're not going to be locked out of the spell. White magic spell cures all status ailments. But one benefit, I guess, from being a hometown hero here is we get to stay at the inn for free. And we want to stay at the inn for free, not only to heal ourselves up, but also because it's going to give us a little cutscene. We're going to have quite a few cutscenes here that's going to give a little bit more about RASAR's background. So, once again, he's up and about. Faris notices that he's gone, and she's gonna go try to find him and see what's going on. Maybe he's at some tombstone. Stella, that's his mother. So there he is mentioned that, yep, this is where he grew up. And yep, so apparently both his father and mother are gone and buried here, and we'll learn a little bit more about their past. There's more cutscenes that we're going to get in here, so. And also, he bonds a little bit with Faris here, because Faris is like, hey, I don't know what it was like to have a dad. You know, remember, she said she was raised by pirates. There was a little bit of nice, simple little bonding there with our characters. That was nice. And as we explore the town, like I said, we're going to learn a little bit more about RASAR and his background. So we can also go to an item store in a little bit later, and all items here in this area are 50% off. And this is finally where we're going to be able to buy some of those ninja scrolls, the elemental ones that allow RASAR to, all ninjas to throw things. So we can just look around here. And unfortunately, it's not like Final Fantasy VI, where the one cabin where pretty much everything we touch has a specific memory attached to it. But we have that little pink harmonica up there. If we touch that, that'll bring up a cutscene. So this is the second time that pink harmonica has kind of made an appearance. Remember that first time RASAR had a flashback to his family life. That thing was really prominent in the flashback. So they really want you to look at it. So the game's subtle way of telling you, like, hey, this is important. So, looks like Dorgan's gonna go out on a mission. It's kind of like a Final Fantasy Legend 2. We had the mom, the dad, and the one kid, and dad's an adventurer who goes off. Of course, she's not like, she doesn't want that. She's like, just stay here and, you know, be a family. But dad is determined to go fight evil. So, he's telling his wife a little fib, though. He's like, don't worry, honey, I'm going to stay here. But then he goes and tells his son, RASAR, he's like, I'm leaving. Don't tell Mom. He's going to get in trouble. Bad Dorgan. So, but here we see that RASAR already has the adventurous spirit inside of him. He's like, I want to come with you, Dad, too. But he's like, nope, you're too young, and someone has to stay home with Mom. So, but speaking of Mom, what's happening? Dorgan's worried. Mom fell over. Yep, this is where Mom unfortunately passed away. We knew she was sick, but it must have been that bad. So, wow, came out of nowhere. Poor RASAR. So, but if we do see that flashback, apparently we're narrating it, and the bard overheard us, and he chooses just a second bard song. So over to the left there is the tombstone we saw in that flashback. Some bard moved into our old place. Okay. And here's one of our old friends. And this is where we're going to learn why RASAR is afraid of heights. Remember when we got to hear you on the North Mountain, and he was scared to jump on it because he didn't want to go in the air because he was scared of heights. Well, here we're going to learn why he's scared of heights. Apparently with this friend, a long time ago, they were playing hide and go seek, and he decided to hide on the roof, and nobody can find him, and he was up there all day. I guess nobody saw him up there. And he, of course, got scared. He was able to climb up, but he wasn't able to climb back down because he slipped and he fell. Oh no! And that is why RASAR is scared of heights. And we have something a little funny here. This guy's like, I used to be dumb as a kid, but now I'm a scholar because I'm SMRT. He spelled smart wrong. Silly. And it looks like RASAR has a girlfriend here. Ooh, she wants him to come back because she wants to tell him something. And here we have weapons, items, and armors. But like the guy said, your dad was really helped us out, so everything's half off. So it's a good place to pick up some extra items. So we'll do that. Still gonna save. We already have most of our items though filled up. So the main thing we're gonna be buying here is these scrolls. Don't need any armor or so we're just going to buy these elemental scrolls, and they hit all enemies with basically the equivalent of a level 2 black magic spell. So this will be like the fire spells. Try and just do some math in my head and try to buy an even amount. So although the thunder is going to be the more important ones, because we were kind of getting a hint that we're going to go to an ancient civilization, and in this ancient civilization there's going to be a lot of machinery, and as we know that machine enemies are weak to lightning. So the lightning scrolls, if you got to buy more scrolls than any, pick up more of the thunder scrolls than anything, because they're going to be the most useful. But we can buy a few more here. Let's might as well buy them up here while we can. We got 25 flames. I think we have 25 of each, except for maybe 26 thunder. So. And that'll wrap up this video here. We're going to finish listening to Marie's story, and then we'll come back here for our next episode. So, thanks to all that therapy, Maria was eventually able to manage up to 10 hops, but she still preferred to run around in her cart. And the only thing she loved more than her cart was mealtime. See that little cart there? It lets her move around. The back is wheeled, so she can walk around with her front paws. So yep, even though she was disabled, she was able to live a happy life thanks to Rabbit and Small Animal Rescue. And her legacy lives on through the charity. So if you want to help that charity and help other animals like Marie, donation link is in the description. Take care, bye!